Hello and welcome to the next episode of Keeping a Straight Face.
We're back.
Du-du-du.
And it took us a long time, but we're back.
We are indeed. Coming up today we have...
Hang on, I need to unlock my phone first.
Oh,
Hang
okay.
on. Oh, Peach Cobbler's gone live. Shout out to Peach Cobbler. I doubt she'll listen. Okay, This episode is brought to you by us.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored yet. Anyone out there listening, we will take
Please
coin.
give us money.
We will take your coin for an episode.
We're just a wholesaler.
I'm just a wholesale. Please, Squarespace, give us a sponsorship.
And a movie deal.
I'll tell you all about Squarespace.
This
if
episode is brought to you by my whole sir.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just a hole. Well,
The whole that launched 1,000 subscriptions.
could you imagine?
Yeah, I could.
Well, that's intro done. Fantastic.
Here we go.
So this week we're talking about how we're just holes. No, I'm joking.
Done. Tick off the list.
Well, there it is. That's the episode done.
Tick.
Our main point is
Thank
we
you
need
for
to...
listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks again to our sponsor,
Thank
My
you
Hole.
Thank you for sponsoring me, because I now have a hole to live. No, the bad joke didn't really land. Well,
Something to fill your hole with.
yeah, that's a good one.
Some coin.
Oh my god! Actually, if we do get sponsored, anyone out there, please sponsor us. You know, I'd love a bit of money coming in. It's so that you don't have to declare as, you know, you can just... Do you have to declare that as tax? If we
Well, probably now you've mentioned it, yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, look, Tezza, just ignore that. Right? Oh, this is too risky.
If HMRC are listening, just switch off now.
Yeah. We're just holes. If you're listening, we're just
Can't
holes.
tax my hole.
Can't tax my hole if it already is. Well, let's move on.
Let's move on.
This week...
Can't even keep a straight face.
Failed already.
Yep.
This week, we're just holes. For fuck's sake.
You've lost it, haven't you? We need to get you your pills, don't we? Nurse!
Okay, this week we're talking about TV shows that you wished had never ended, or wished, was it not? I don't know.
Well,
I
just
can't
that
remember the brief.
That you miss. That you miss, not
TV
not being...
shows that you miss.
You'd like more
miss.
of, or, you know.
So could it be something that? So it has to be something that's not on anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay then. Well, I'll let you guys go first, because I've not thought of anything yet. What? I'll be straight up honest.
Okay. Well,
No point, you know,
I've got
sugar
to go first.
dancing around
Okay.
the issue.
Sugar dancing around the hole.
Yeah. I nearly said there's no point sugar taxing it, but that wouldn't have made any sense.
No, they're going to tax your hole.
We'll find some way to write it off as an expense.
Right, we'll take it from the top, not from the beginning, but
The power
The
bottom.
top.
you just, okay.
Take it from the power bottom.
So Michael, please enlighten us about your topic this week.
The show I want to talk about is Please Like Me, which is an Australian comedy / drama / romance. It got 4 seasons.
I've never heard of it.
See, I've told you about it before, but you just haven't.
Listened.
Yeah, basically. But
I've been in that hole.
Say
but
the holes. Holes. I'm giving too much about
It's
holes.
fine. It's fine.
the magic of editing.
Don't care. Talk too much about holes.
Actually, just walked off.
Yeah, I'm walking away.
Please continue.
Well, because you're gone.
I'm not going to edit this. I refuse to edit holes.
Oh, Beyonce.
Then they'll have to enjoy our holes in all their glory.
And it's holes.
I've had enough about holes.
Uncut holes.
I've had enough about holes. I've had enough. I've had enough about holes. And if you dare think any of this is going in the podcast, you're wrong.
This is gold.
I've had enough about holes. I've heard you talk about them all day long.
I'm not talking about holes there. I'm the one that brought up holes.
No, I didn't.
You started this. This is
Well,
all you're
now
doing.
I'm finishing it.
Alright.
No more goddamn holes.
Squares?
No. No.
Octagonals?
Donut holes?
Right, if anyone says holes again,
Black holes?
I'll leave. I've had enough about holes. I've had holes up to here.
Oh.
Okay.
We're gonna any more mentions of holes, and that's it.
You just mentioned it.
Okay.
You just mentioned the one
You're
thing
the
you said
one
not
that
to make
keeps bringing it
mention.
up.
Stop saying
I've
holes.
had enough about talking about holes all
Then
day.
stop saying it.
Oh, you're the one bringing it
many
up.
holes.
Then stop it. You done?
If you are,
Yes. I've been done for a while. You're the one that just was stormed off about it, so...
Holy shit.
too many holes.
Again, you're the one that keeps bringing it up.
Can we just start this topic? My God. Diva.
Well, the show I want to talk about is called Please Like Me, which is an Australian comedy / drama / romance.
That sounds interesting.
And it's after breaking up. Well, the description is after breaking up with his girlfriend, Josh comes to the realization that he's homosexual.
Okay.
And with the support of his now ex-girlfriend Claire and his best friend and housemate Tom, Josh must help his mother with her battle with depression and help the rest of his family embrace his newfound orientation. All of this becomes a little more complicated when he explores his sexuality with the young and handsome Jeffrey.
Okay.
What's going on over here?
I'm listening about
So
the
it's
show.
sort of based on the creator's life,
Okay.
Josh Thomas. And he's confirmed that after season 4, it won't continue past that point. They're happy with the show, it's wrapped up. And I love this show. It was one of my favourite TV shows. But I'm happy with where it is. I'm fine with it being ending where it is. But I also loved it so much I wouldn't mind if it carried on because it's just it's so good because it's really funny.
Yeah.
It's got like a touching storyline, just lots of good moments. It's got really good representation. It talks about and like just sort of shows sexuality in a sort of very good and like sort of pushing the boundaries sort of way. Yeah.
That sounds really fun.
Really
And I
like
think
it.
that's honest, isn't it? About having those strong, honest representations rather than the more exaggerated forms that you get in more mainstream programs.
It's a really good representation of sexuality and like mental health. Covers that very well. It gets very emotional. It's also very funny. It's just like a really well done show. I really like it. I would love to see more of it, but I'm also happy with it, knowing that the creator, that's what he wants with it, and it is about him and it's by him. So I get it.
I'm intrigued. I'm going to have to go check that out. Thank you.
It's really good.
Do you want to go next?
Is it on Netflix?
No, it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, well,
Oh, I don't have that one.
There we go.
Well, I can show it to you.
Okay.
You can let me.
Well,
That sounds really fun. Is it available on DVD?
Probably is. I don't think so.
That sounds fun.
welcome back to Keeping a Straight Face. I snapped. And it took me 4 whole episodes to snap.
Oh, 3. This is the start.
3
of the
whole
4th.
episodes to snap. I don't know if I've snapped now, what will the future episodes sound like?
I don't know, but it's going to be comedy gold, let's be
You're
honest.
screaming about
Holes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
or whatever whatever memes
Wow.
tickle your fancy.
But we love you.
Oh, I can't believe I snapped. Well, resuming with our podcast, we'll take it over to Matt.
Okay.
Continue where we left off.
Okay, so when I was little, there was this TV show on CBBC called Uncle Jack, and there were 4 seasons, and they were each a different story that didn't necessarily relate to each other.
Each season, or...?
No, so each season was a different story, and there were several parts in each season.
Oh, it's like an anthology.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
And there were the same characters. There was Uncle Jack, and he had, I'm pretty sure he had a niece and a nephew, and for some reason they'd always end up on his adventures. I didn't know it at the time, but the series had an environmentalist message. So it was kind of around that time, around the late 80s, early 90s, where environmentalism was becoming quite a key issue. And it was really quite fun. So as a kid, I loved it because it was quite an entertaining show. And then a few months ago, I looked back on some of it on YouTube and fell in love with it again because as an adult looking at it, it was just so campy. So you've got this villain in it, or villainess, called the Vixen, and it's just so pantomime. It's brilliant. And in one of them, I remember there being this one, I think it was The Dark Side of the Moon, and there's this one where they've got this hidden base under a boarding school, and the way into it,
because why not?
Yeah, because TV show. And the way into it was this like rock thing with like this digi keypad thing with like a digilock code. And it was just like the music and the futuristic 80s swoosh sounds, which by today's standards sound horrendous, but back then it was like, oh, wow, future.
So was that a show you watched when you were growing up?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. And to be honest, like, I'd highly recommend it. Like, you can't get it on DVD. It's one of those forgotten ones, so unless you knew it at the time, you'd never know to look for it now.
Yeah. But it was on YouTube, as you said. So
yeah, some of it is on YouTube, and it's there's just something whimsical about it, like that childhood innocence. It's just makes you feel warm inside.
Well, before I say my one, obviously you talked about your one while I was talking off about holes, but is your one on? It's not on Netflix, or it's only on Amazon Prime now?
Yeah, it's just on Amazon Prime at the moment, and then.
And how old is your one?
It's quite recent, yeah. It did like
so it's not
a couple of years ago at most.
Oh, so it's fairly recent enough, so I'll have to look out for it.
Yeah, the last episode came out on the 14th of December 2016.
Oh, well, there it is.
It's very current. It's very good. I recommend it a lot.
I suppose it's now up to me to...
It's your turn.
My turn. Well, I was going to mention a whole joke, but I thought that's not.
You'll make yourself go on a rant again.
See, I don't know, because I watch a lot of TV more than film. But obviously
Desert Forges?
No, because I never really watched it. It was only one of them shows where that one was you saw it once or twice and I can never find it again.
Yeah, it's rare.
So it's a rare one. I think for me, I'll probably have to say Pushing Daisies, because I go on about that show a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like that one, but it's a shame because it was that time of it wasn't time of the year, but it was that year when all the American writers went on strike, and it just really ruined the show, and they left it on as if a continuation, like it was gonna sort of like be renewed for season 3, or they had planned for it to be renewed, and then they thought, oh well, we know it's gonna come back, so let's leave the show on a question that will be answered. But then it just got cancelled. So, and there's a lot of I mean I can't really say they'll bring it back, because I think they're planning on it, because since that happened, they're looking for a show to replace the Roseanne slot, and Pushing Daisies has been talked about, so maybe they'll bring it back. So who knows? But that one I like, because that ended on that was one of them shows where it ended on a cliffhanger, it ended on an answer.
Unresolved.
It was unresolved cliffhanger. So because the whole point was spoiler alert, he brings back a girl from the dead, and it turns out that it's his childhood crush. And throughout the whole 2 seasons, they do this murder mystery, because it's all like a murder mystery. It's a murder mystery, but he brings back the person who's been murdered to ask who killed him. So it's really neat. And then the last ever episode ends with so the whole point, because he's supposed like a secret, he brings people back, and the girl he brings back to life, she wants to tell her family that she's still alive, but he's like, if you tell her, then everyone's going to know about this secret and it's not really worth it. But the last episode ends with her going to her family, and her family are just like, what? And it just ends. But it doesn't give, like, I feel like they've done it because they were expecting a third season, but
there's no closure.
There's no closure on it, but it's still such a happy show. It's still such a nice show. But I'd love that to come back.
I love that show.
I love it.
It was really good.
I know, it was so neat. Have you ever seen that one, Matt?
I tried watching it and I couldn't. There's something about the visual style which, I don't know, I just found it a bit uncanny valley. It just...
For me,
I don't know what it was.
It's very colourful. Like, it reminds me of... it's not, I'm going to say, like, Wes Anderson. It's not more like his sort of style, but it's samey in a way. Like, it's,
I know.
It's
I
very...
really mean.
The colours are very vibrant. It's very... they use colour a lot too. So when there's happy scenarios, but then obviously it features death a lot. So they sort of use the happy colours and the happy environments to combat the death. And...
I tried following it, and it hit a bit of uncanny valley for me, and I couldn't quite explain why. It just
takes
a
while to get into. I remember the first season, because it was... Well, the first season's only 9 episodes long, so it's not very long, thinking about American TV shows. But then the second season's only 13 episodes. So
Okay.
I feel like there's only like 22 or 23 episodes overall. I can't do math.
It's quite a short run overall.
Yeah. But again, I feel like if it was renewed for season 3, they probably would have extended that time. But that's a shame. I'd like to bring that back. Yeah. And Anna Friel was in it, and she's wonderful in it. She is.
They've done another, an older show that they did a similar cliffhanger ending for. Older show was Quantum Leap.
Oh yeah.
Loved Quantum Leap as well. I still love it now, but
I never watched it.
Well, the thing is, it's about this scientist who discovers time travel, but instead of him going back, it's only his soul that goes back. So his soul leaps into other people's bodies in history.
It goes back into different.
And he
people's
solves
bodies.
people's problems back in time. But it ran for like 5 series, and they were hoping to push the network for a 6th. So at the end of the 5th series, they leave it on a sort of unresolved cliffhanger, because he leaps out, and then it comes up. It's so phoned in because it comes up with like he solves something extra for his best friend that in another series he refused to solve, and then he solves it now, and then it comes up with like text saying, "Oh, he never got home," and this lot, and that was their way of trying to force the network to renew them. Yeah. But the network called their bluff and went, "Yeah, no."
Oh,
so he does all those good deeds and he never goes home, and it just feels like a real kick in the face, right, for the viewer. I've always hated that ending.
I hate TV shows where they do that. I feel like, as you said, it's either they're pushing it to try and get another season, or they end it, or the other one is just a dream. I hate when they really
worst narrative.
Yeah, I hate when they do that.
Hate it.
Have you? I know you don't like Dallas, but classic Dallas, like old Dallas. In season 4, season 14 was horrendous.
He got shot?
No.
Oh.
Well, he got shot a couple of times throughout the whole thing.
But no, didn't.
But the famous one was famous one was years ago.
He got killed, or was he shot? And then turns out the whole season was a dream. What was that one?
Oh yeah, that was Bobby, and that was at the end of season 8. He got shot. Yeah. Because the actor left the show, and then the ratings went down. So they were like, "Holy fuck!" So they got him back. And then so season 9 was a dream, and then in season 10 he came back out the shower. I was like, "Oh fuck my life!" No. But no, at season 14, which was awful, right? Anything after 12, like 10, 11 and 12 were my favourites, basically.
How many seasons did it go on for?
14 in the classic run, and then they brought it back for I think 2 or 3 in the modern one.
Yeah.
But and they had some TV movies in the mid to late 90s. But season 14 of Dallas, the last ever episode, they did a sort of play on it's one of those classic films, and I've forgotten the name now. Damn it. He gets. I think It's a Wonderful Life, but instead of an angel, it's a demon.
Yeah.
But you think it's an angel, and this angel appears to JR in the mirror and everything, and he shows JR what would happen if he hadn't have existed, and like everyone would have been better off. So then JR goes to commit suicide with a gun, and then you just see this or who you think is an angel, but then the eyes start glowing red in the mirror.
Yeah.
And it's obviously a demon, and then it cuts away because he's left in the house on his own because he's fucked everyone else off. They've all pissed off by this point, and you just hear a gunshot, and that's where season 14 ends.
So you don't know if
so you don't know whether he committed suicide or shot the mirror. But then when the TV movies happen, you find out that he shot the mirror. It's such a bad ass ending.
Yeah, I just don't like shows when they do that. They work up like this whole fantastic narrative, and they just end it.
It's just awful.
Again, another one like
just
that.
throw it away. You like all this like revolutionary stuff happens. Everything changes. All these plot twists, and then don't worry, none of it matters.
Yeah.
You just wasted half an hour of your time, like an hour of your time.
Another show I know did that. Well, it was happy ending, but it was a cop out. It was Ugly Betty. Ugly Betty I loved, and I've seen it over and over again. And that show, they knew it. Luckily, they knew it had been cancelled before the season, or they were like, "This is your last season, so make it count." So they did a final season. It was a really good storyline throughout. But then in the end of it, they offer her the job that she wants, and she turns it down to start again a new life in London. And she goes off abroad, which I think in a way they could have done like another season, like her life in London, or she comes back to whatever. But she goes to London in the end, and it starts again. Happy ending, but I don't know. I just feel like she went through all of that. She got to the job she wanted, then she was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah,
let's start again. Yeah, but I think it's because she saw what happened to the people who were in charge of that company, and like there was a whole season when the person who was in charge left, or something happened, and Wilhelmina Slater, who was like the villain, she got control of the company, and it was like really odd to watch because from one episode, like as the season started, it was just the whole like office was like redone. It was all rebranded, all like minimalist. It was just horrible. And then like the main person came back. I can't remember the storyline now, but
is that the one you were telling me about, where the boss is getting it off with Betty, and the brother is the sister, and someone's brakes got cut?
Oh, that was season 1. Yeah,
right,
so that was season 1. Or no, the boss at the end. Well, no, we don't know if he does like Betty or not. I think he's more of like a player. But I think Betty, I can't remember. It's been a long time since I saw it. But there's the whole throughout season 1. There's someone plotting to come back to the company and take them over. But it turns out it's the brother of the person who is in charge, but she's come back as a woman because she's transition. Oh, I can't say the word. She's transgender.
So the brother is the sister.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So she comes back like that, but then that causes a whole debate. Not debate. That causes a whole like because the family of the family they sort of reject their new daughter, and then the daughter goes from from bad to good. So she sort of like. Because she's been like rejected. Yeah, she goes in. Really good show again. Ugly Betty, you should all watch that. That's another show that they didn't. I wish that would come back, but they didn't like cancel it. But that, yeah. So, next topic, we talked about. I can't remember what we just talked about. It's shows we wished never ended or came back, or whatever. And the next topic is if you could be an episode of EastEnders, what one would you be? And just by Googling it, I found out that there are 6,000. Wait, hang on a minute.
Oh my God.
How many EastEnders? Just go. Hang on, EastEnders episodes. Okay, so as of July 27th, 2018, there have been 5,749 episodes of EastEnders. So, could you ever catch up on it if you started now? No.
Well, it depends if you wanted to do the whole thing or whether you were set to a certain era. Because they've just started replaying them on one of the preview channels.
Yes. And apparently...
Which I missed, which I was quite cross about.
Did you?
Yeah, I wanted to start.
Apparently, according to the official EastEnders guide or whatever, there are 19 seasons of the show, which I didn't know.
Wait, how can they organise it into seasons? Seasons is an American thing.
Well, or series then. They've put it into series, and each series consists of around 310 episodes. Yeah.
But it's been going for more than 20 years.
Well, I don't know then. I don't know. Whoa.
It's
On Google.
It's weird.
Yeah.
You know, there's actually an EastEnders board game. In fact, there's 2.
Is there?
Yeah, I want to get the 80s one. That looks pretty fun.
Oh.
You actually get to go around Albert Square to the different locations, like the laundrette and the pub and the cafe, and actually have to pick storylines for certain characters. It looks amazing.
So, I mean, the thing with EastEnders, I've not followed it, but I've seen a few episodes because family members have liked it, and I've watched it with them. But I thought it'd be a good topic to talk about. It's just random, really.
Yeah, I don't like it now. I liked it back in the day.
Okay, then. So, if you could be an episode of EastEnders, what one would you be, Matt?
The one where Den serves the divorce papers to Angie. Christmas '86.
Oh, wow.
Boom. Highest ratings for the BBC.
Wow, there it is. I think that's a classic one, isn't it? Everyone knows
Happy
that
Christmas,
episode.
Ange.
Yeah, everyone knows that one. Even though I was never alive to see that one because I wasn't born. But I think everyone knows that one. Have you got one or?
No.
I didn't think you would have.
Because I don't really like soap operas.
Yeah.
I've watched EastEnders. I have a vague idea what's going on occasionally. Because my mum loves soap operas, but I've only ever watched it because of her. So I don't know.
Well, for me, if I could be in an episode of EastEnders, I would be the one where Heather and Shirley go to George Michael's house and they break in and they find the yogurt pot in the bin, and then she keeps it as a necklace. Do you remember that? And then at the very end of the episode, as they're leaving George Michael's house, they find out they were in the neighbour's house and not his one. But Shirley doesn't have the nerve to tell Heather. Do you not remember that episode? It's where Heather Trott goes into George Michael's bins and licks his yogurt lid or something. I remember that episode. 22nd July 2011. There it is. Actually, it might be the date it was uploaded.
Heather Trott has a heart attack and falls over from Albert Square.
Michael. Heather Trott having a heart attack. Actually, you know what? Heather Trott, I used to like Heather Trott as a character, but I feel bad they killed her off. It's what they do in EastEnders, really, isn't it? They just kill the good people off, don't they?
Yeah.
So leading to my second question, because the first one is a bit random. So instead of what episode would you be, what character from EastEnders do you feel that you would relate to the most or be? What? Yeah. That's a good one.
And it's going to be past or present, right?
Yeah, there's no...
Okay.
I've got my one.
I'd have to say Angie Watts, purely because she had amazing power hair and amazing fucking outfits with humongous ass shoulder pads.
When was she in it? The 80s?
Yeah, she was from the original days until the late 80s, I think.
Okay.
But she could power dress for filth.
Have you got one?
Another Scooby. I don't know.
See, I thought this topic would be a bit difficult for you.
Yeah.
Pat Butcher.
Oh yeah, Pat.
With the earrings.
Yeah, massive earrings.
Humongous fucking Freeview satellite dish earrings.
Peggy Mitchell. How about Pap?
Peggy Mitchell.
Oh.
For me, if I
character.
could be a character of EastEnders, I would be Mo Harris. AKA
yeah, you would actually.
Laila Morse.
I can see this. Oh my gosh.
Laila Morse.
I can see this.
And what I've done, I've got a picture on my phone of Laila Morse posing on the floor. I just like Mo Harris. In fact, if I could, I would do a whole episode dedicated to Mo Harris.
Maybe we could. Maybe we could jot that down on the maybes.
Maybe we could. And if not, I'll do it on a solo podcast.
What about Sonia?
Sonia? See, I like Natalie Cassidy, but... I mean, Natalie Cassidy, Sonia from EastEnders and Mo Harris from EastEnders are the same family, I believe, aren't they? EastEnders, they're the same...
No,
I'm sure...
Sonia Jackson.
Sonia Jackson.
Sonia's from the Jacksons. And Mo is from...
The Slaters.
The Slaters.
Well, for me, they're still the same family. Or, the other one I'd be
It's a silent E. It's not Slaters. It's a silent E. It's Slaters.
Kim. What's her name? Kim from EastEnders.
Oh, yes, Kim.
She was also in Kim Fox. There we go, and she was also in Beautiful Thing, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
it's a lovely film.
She loved
I
her
love
Mama
that film.
Cass.
I've got that film.
Well, there it is. EastEnders aside.
Do you know they've still never found the Ozcab sign?
What?
So originally, when EastEnders started, one of the businesses in Albert Square was a cab firm called Ozcabs. And then someone in real life broke onto the set and stole
No.
the Ozcab sign, and to this day, it's never been found.
No.
Yeah, seriously. They've still not found the Ozcab sign.
Oh, wow.
Oh my.
Did you not know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And do you know what I didn't know? But obviously as I've got older I've learned. I thought Albert Square was like a real place in London.
Well, on the tube map, they put it on the district line, I think, don't they? They put it, yeah.
Well, that's the trains they have on your own, so I would assume it'd be there somewhere.
On some of them, when they do the tube station scenes, you can see the map, and I'm sure they put it on the district line, but they put it on some bit where it's a loop. And obviously it's bullshit, because it doesn't exist.
District line doesn't have
I've just Googled Albert Square, London, right? I think there's actually a place called Albert Square. I don't think it is it's not the EastEnders Square, which is a shame. But there is a Albert Square in South Lambeth. Not sure where that is though.
Lambeth?
Yeah.
It's just up the road.
Well, there is a Albert Square there, but it's not the...
Not the Albert Square.
No.
The Albert Square is in Elstree.
Yeah.
It's set in a fictional borough of East London, and the tube station is called Walford East.
Walford. Oh yeah, Walford.
Walford East. London Borough of Walford.
It would be where the real-life Bromley by Bow underground station is located, on the District and Hammersmith and City lines.
Boom!
Do you remember the episode of EastEnders where like Ian Beale was like homeless?
I remember the one where he got shot.
Ian Beale got shot?
Yeah, his ex-wife
No.
Cindy tried to assassinate him, yeah.
Do you remember
It
the
was
one?
so crap. He was walking through the market
Yeah.
and she had hired someone to drive along in a car and like do a drive-by shooting, and the acting was so I mean, it was mid-90s, like, oh Ian, watch out! Like, and it's like, oh god. And then she stole the kids and went to like France, and then that was when Phil was married to his mum Kathy, who obviously he had Ben with, yeah. And then Phil teamed up with Ian teamed up with Phil, and then there was a special episode where they went to the south of France and stole the kids back. Not that I watched it or anything, but you know.
Oh, do you know what? I remember the episode as well.
Or Frank Butcher naked except for the spinning bow tie.
Oh yeah. I remember the one where Ian Beale was crying. He's got nothing left.
Oh,
Got nothing left. That was when Lucy died.
Oh
Do you
no!
remember that?
Oh.
When Lucy died, and then who killed Lucy? Then it was
It's that little
Bobby
shit
Beale.
Bobby, wasn't it? The Antichrist.
Bobby Beale.
The fucking Antichrist.
Can't believe that. We waited a whole year. I remember I was intrigued by that storyline. I was like, who are they going to say it is? And then they did that live episode, and I thought, are you joking me? It's Bobby. Like, I was hoping it would be Wellard.
Yeah, I wanted it to be Wellard too.
Wellard the dog.
Yeah.
The ghost of Wellard.
Could you imagine? Or Dot. Imagine if it was Dot. He got like put behind bars for murdering Lucy.
I reckon she's got some dark secret. I want to see Dot go down for something. I remember the time that she served the vicar cannabis tea.
Wait, what, on EastEnders?
Yeah.
No.
She got like for some reason she got sold this tea by like these hippies or something or other.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, it's really good, it really relaxes me. And then like she had a home visit from the vicar, and then like the vicar had it, and he was like, oh, there's something not right about this tea. And she's like, oh no love, no, it's just like a special tea. And like, yeah, the vicar cottoned on to what it was. It was like, oh gosh, fucking horrendous.
That's the thing. I've never, I don't know. I've never really watched EastEnders. I've only ever seen it in passing. But like, I suppose it has its good and bad parts. But
best continuity error I've ever found in EastEnders was where two characters literally disappeared off the face of the earth and no one batted an eyelid. So there was Sonia's grandma, well, sort of. So
Mo?
Carol was going out with a guy called Alan. Yeah.
No.
Okay, so Carol's going out with a guy called Alan, and Alan's mum, I'm pretty sure it was Alan's mum. I want to say it was Alan's mum, was a woman called Blossom. And then there was Sonia used to have, was it trumpet or saxophone or something? She used to play an instrument, didn't she?
Oh, Sonia used to play, I think it was a trumpet. Or
yeah,
it might have been
trumpet.
a saxophone.
Yeah, it was something.
It was one of them.
She had lessons from this guy in like a hardware store around one of the side roads that you hardly ever see, right? And the guy was called Felix. Felix and Blossom became a thing, right? Blossom, right? Sounds like a Pokemon, but it was like, then they were getting at it. They got together and went on a cruise. Now, bear in mind, he had his hardware shop and she had the family. They went on this cruise, never came back. No one ever mentioned, where the fuck are they? Where have they gone? Maybe let's contact the police. No, just gone.
Oh, my.
Never came back. Never to be seen or spoke of again. That was probably about 95-ish, like mid-90s-ish.
So when Sonia was in her peak?
No, she was like teenage. That was before she had that kid with Martin.
Oh, yeah. What are you not doing? Natalie Casti. I do like it, Natalie Casti. I'd love to follow her workout DVD. Natalie Casti, if you're listening...
Post him a free copy and he'll review it.
I'll review it. I will do a live podcast on the Natalie Casti Then and Now DVD.
And then we'll do a podcast on your review.
And then I'll do a podcast dedicated to my review of...
You're just getting too meta now. You're just going too far down the rabbit hole, Alice.
Oh...
Well, that was fun.
But I think that'd be fun to just, I don't know.
There we go.
I'm tired now.
So, we've got Pat Butcher.
Yeah, I'm just a hole. I'm just a hole.
So we've got Pat Butcher, Mo Harris, and Angie Watts.
Would Mo Harris be a hole?
Name one more iconic trio.
I can't. There it is. Well.
You're literally lost for words.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about Mo Harris is just...
She gives you life, doesn't she? She's an
she gives you
inspirational figure
life.
for you.
Mo Harris, I remember the time. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Right, Mo Harris went on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And
Really?
she said the best way to lose weight is to have sex.
Legend.
An icon.
She said she went on... Well, she'd been Laila Morse because it was the actress. She went on there.
Yeah.
And I don't think she won it. No, I would have known if she won it.
She won the nation's hearts.
She won the nation's heart, yeah. I remember the time Natalie Casti went on Big Brother. Remember that?
No? When did this
remember
happen?
that? Oh, 2011?
No, I never heard about this.
2012? It was the first series Channel 5... You know when Channel 5 picked up Big Brother? She was on the first Celebrity Big Brother then.
Oh,
So it would have been the very beginning of that. Yeah.
Oh.
Natalie Casti. But yeah. Do you know what? Can we get Mo Harris or Laila Morse, if you're listening, how much do we have to pay you to come on our show? We'll only talk good things about you.
Or Pat. Is Pat still... Yeah, Pat's still around, isn't she?
Pat's still alive. No, well, Pat Butcher died, but
Well, yeah, Pat Butcher died, yeah.
Pam St. Clements. Is her name? Is that her name?
Yeah. Legend.
I'm sure she's still alive. Again, if you're listening, love, come on down.
Amazing.
I'd totally love to meet you.
Absolute legend. Absolute legend.
Yeah, while we're talking about it, anyone listening, if you're famous, just come on our show.
A bit famous.
Even if instead of going on next year's Big Brother, well, you can't. Come on our show.
Yeah.
Are you just like whoring us out?
We'll take the Big Brother rejects.
Are you whoring us out?
What do you mean?
You're just like whoring us out, aren't you?
What do you mean whoring us out?
Just like pimping us out to anyone.
Yeah, I'll pimp us out.
I'm just a hole, sir.
I'm just a hole. This podcast is just a hole.
For washed up celebrities.
We're just a hole for washed up
We
celebrities.
won't call washed up if they come on, because they're nice people.
No, the ones we've been talking about are legends.
Yeah.
And I genuinely mean that.
Yeah.
I'd love to get... Yeah, I don't know. I've mentioned Kim Woodburn. She's at the top. She's at the top.
Really?
And
Yes.
well, if she was here and she heard you say that, Kim Woodburn, if you're listening, he's just a hole. Well, I feel like this episode should be called "I'm Just a Hole."
Or holes in block caps, ... exclamation mark.
Or I'm not a hole.
Hmm.
I was a hole.
Can we talk about squares?
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah. Best reaction ever.
My solo podcast, if I ever did one, or my autobiography.
Hmm.
I'm just a hole. See, it's got a nice ring to it.
There you go. You see, you've created a whole...
It's got a nice ring to it. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's got a nice... Well, there it is.
You've come full circle.
You've come full circle, like
I'm just a hole.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I think we've all
Better
reached that
pause it.
stage.
I
Yeah,
think
haven't
we've
we?
reached the stage where you
Right.
better pause it. We've got to do the perfume game.
Oh, we haven't done the perfume
Oh, fuck
game,
it, we'll
have
leave it
we?
next episode.
Yeah, we'll do that next
We'll do
time.
it next. See
Yeah.
you, loves. Right. Thank
See
you
you,
for
lovies.
listening. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Keeping a Straight Face.
of this week's. You say this every time.
I
but
say
it's
it
not
every
weekly.
time. It's not weekly.
It's whenever we can, Lee.
Look, I'm just a hole.
Who's the whole, sir?
Just a hole, sir.
That's what I need to know, sir. I'm a dumbass, sir. Just a whole, sir.
It was the dumbass, sir. That's not my fault.
Oh
I
my
forgot.
god. I'm gonna go off one now. Right.
Thank you for listening.
Hugs and kisses.
Hugs and kisses to you all. Pussy kiss.
Bye.
Oh.